Hi, my name is JING. So I'm from Section 8 for this subject, Programming Technique 2, and I'm going to present our project, which is a health record system based on the theme COVID-19. So the system enables the user to track their symptom or risk of COVID-19 by their own before they go to hospital. And the user will be required to fill in some personal information in this system. So the system will give some warning to the user if they have any symptom or risk of COVID-19. This is the class diagram of our project, and you can see we have used a total of 10 different classes in our class diagram. So we have been using different class relationships such as the aggregation, association, composition, inheritance, and also polymorphism and exception handling in our project. In the address class and user class, the members are private while the info is protected. And basically, the three classes that are involved have constructor and mutator and accessor. So I will describe it more using the program. So this is the code of our project. Since the code is quite long, so I will just crop the part that are involved and make me easier to explain it. So at the left hand side is the code for the class address, and the other one is class info, while the right hand side is the class diagram where the three classes are involved. So you can see in the class diagram, the info class is an aggregate class, and the info class has an address object pointer, GPS as a members variables. So the object pointer is used as the protected attributes of info class, and the object of info class can call methods in object address through object pointer GPS, as you can see in line 98 until 99. So the methods of class address get house node, and the get address has been called using the GPS object pointer. And since the user inherits the features from info class, so the object of user class is able to call both of the methods of get home node and get add. So this is the code for the user class. As you can see in the void display info, we can call the get home node and get add from the info class to display the output of address. The info class involves inheritance, polymorphisms, and exception handling. So for the inheritance, I will explain it later. Now I will focus on the exception handling, which has been used in the methods getGender. So in the method string getGender, the keywords such as try, true, and catch has been used, where try is used to invoke the code that throws an exception within the block. So there are several if and else loops used in this block, such that if the input is either F or M, it will return the corresponding word female and male. And where catch block is skipped as no exception been thrown. However, if the input is neither F or M, the function will throw an exception, which is the invalid input when filling data information, and catch block will execute. The overridden method is used where the method of void display info in info class, where the info class is a parent class, is defined as virtual method. The method becomes virtual in all child class, user, and doctor automatically and allow the method dynamically bound. The class user and info override the methods of display info. The user class is acting somewhat like a main class. Most of the methods are used to display the output in main function. So as you can see in the class diagram, it involves multiple relationships among the classes, such as the aggregation, composition, association, and the inheritance. So since it inherits the features of class ID and info, so the attributes that need to declare in the user class is risk pointer, the doctor pointer, and symptom. So we have created a doctor list which will be used in the program, and the method void assign doctor pointer dot is help to assign a doctor for the user. The method is called in the main function, and the doctor is randomly assigned to the user, and the data of the doctor will be displayed. So there is a class hierarchy where info class is the child class of ID class, but also a parent class of user class and doctor class. The inheritance access specifier in here is public. And since the data members of info class and ID class are specified as protected, thus the child class user can directly access to them. In the methods of read user in user class, we can access the name and ID from the ID class and gender, phone node, and GPS from the info class. It's also the same in the void display info. We can access the name ID, get age from the ID class, and get gender, phone node, get home node, get ed from the info class. Then the display info will be called in the main function to display the output. Since the user has a pointer to RIS object as a data member, so we can use both method display RIS and having RIS to call the methods in object RIS through the pointer variable out. So the function of display RIS will return and display the status of RIS that we take out in the RIS class, where the RIS class will check whether the user have any risk of COVID-19 by further tracking their travel history, close contact, and their medical record. So warning will be given to the user if there is any risk. And the last one is the composition, which is used to show there is a highly dependent relationship among the class user and symptom. So the object sim is created in class user, and the method track symptom is created in class user, which enable to call the method from the class symptom to display the symptom. In main function, I create a simple menu such that the program will switch to the case according to the input number. However, after a lot of discussion of the program with other group members, we have made a few changes and update to the program. So I have to especially talk about the SEF4 and SEF5 variables. So these variables are used to prevent the user to repeat the same action in case 4 and case 5. So both of the variables are assigned as 0 at the beginning, and the value will become 1 after the chosen case has been carried out. So now I will show you an example of output of our health record system. So firstly, it will show the objectives of this program, and then it will show a reminder whether you want to run this program in either modes. The first one is insert multiple users data information by repeating step 1 followed by other steps. And the second one is insert one user's data information. So I will show you the multiple users data information first. From the menu, you can see we have 7 options. Then the user are required to fill in the information first, which is 1, or else they cannot continue with other steps. So for the multiple data informations, I will show 3 examples of input. So that's all for my presentation. So it's actually a challenging task for me to complete this project because everything we have to discuss online, and so it's like a very inconvenient for me. But luckily I have my group members to help me when I have problems on coding. So we managed to complete this project on time, and even though there's still a lot of weakness on our program. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you.